дякуємо тобі за цей ранок. Дякуємо за це сонце, яке, Господь, ми бачимо, і за цей новий день, за те, що ти зберіг наше життя. Дякуємо, Господь, за Божого благословення.
So this morning another group is departing now. You see the buses arrived, and families with children are getting on buses, and they're approaching now Poland, and then they will move to the Netherlands. Some are moving to some other places. Some even don't know where they will end. So that's why church is giving the shelter for a night, and then people are traveling wherever they can with kids. That's all they have. Some have no houses anymore, so that's the only thing they have in their hands. Today, Arenda, my wife, she picked up the books from the school for our youngest Elizabeth. So I'm asking her to share some experiences she had in the school. How did it feel?
Hello, yeah, indeed, I was today going to school. The teacher was yesterday calling me that they want to try today to start with online lessons. So I went, and it's very nice sunny weather, like spring is coming. And then you're coming to school, completely empty school, completely silence. And when I came into the classroom where these materials were laying, I was seeing on the hardboard or on the board, like 23rd of February, like the work for that day. And just I could not hold my tears anymore. I thought it's so destructive what is happening. Even kids, innocent kids, are just taking their development, just their joy, their fun with their friends. It's so not how it should be, so surreal. So I also will keep on asking everybody I am talking to, like, don't keep silent, call it a war, don't call it a conflict. Today the most ridiculous news came to me from Mariupol that 6,000 people are deported by Russians, and their danger of shooting put it into buses, taking all their personal documents, and they are brought somewhere to Russia to select, to see where they can get guaranteed jobs. You know, we are just back in Stalin times, so don't keep silent, push. And please listen very carefully to the address of our President Zelensky today to the summit of NATO. I underscribe really each word he was saying there. Just listen to what he is saying and take it really for serious.
Yeah, so you see that even my wife is very active supporting Ukraine with every drop of her Dutch blood, but she's with our people. But thank you that you're staying with us, and it's indeed surreal experiences which we try to share with you a little bit. This is 1% probably of what we feel and experience, but also we need a lot of prayers from you to keep the power and to keep going. Here is canteen of the church, and this morning the group of women and children are departing again to the west, so it's like every day there is a movement here from neighboring villages, sleeping in the church and then moving. This group goes first to Poland, and then they hope to get to the Netherlands. So there are many children here, and families. So now that they get some food, because normally they could get to the border by say 6 o'clock in the evening, but because of the block posts and because of all kind of dangers in the road, it can take them 2 days only in Ukraine. So they're getting some food. Hey, so church is serving here to provide people with shelter, and of course every day we try to pack to give food, but also to give food on the road, because they're trying to drive as quick as possible, not stopping. There are not many places to stop on the way. At the same time, we keep on serving because older people, for them it's very difficult. They almost cannot stand these long roads, and they stay. People who have less possibilities, who have nowhere to go, they stay in a town, and then they really need support. They need just simple food. And I wanted to show you also here that that's one of the cars which was driving. You can see, well, it was a bit damaged, but now people are driving on anything that moves, and it doesn't matter if there were some glasses broken, or well, sometimes wheels even have no air, but they're still driving. They try not to stop, because in many cases, if you stop for several minutes, it can mean end of your life. So people with all the dangers involved, they keep on driving. Thank you that you're praying for us, because also some of our volunteers are leaving today because they stayed as long as they could, but they are also running out of power, first of all. And some people, they have more energy, some people have less energy, but this energy is recharged by your prayers. Of course, we do support people with some food. We are trying to pay now money to volunteers, but it is more about mental, spiritual power, and it's more about the hope, and also about the physical danger which is here around. So thank you very much for your support, and what we see that this ministry will have to continue anyway. In case the war is over, then there will be quite a long period when people will need support before economy starts up. If the war will take longer, then those funds which we raised will be very much needed, because attention to the war is kind of getting lower now. It's not as interesting as it was in the first days for many people, but at the same time the needs are growing, and there are more and more refugees. Well, I'm sure that Europe did not know this number of refugees since Second World War, and that's why the support which will be needed, and to country and to people of this country, is enormous. Of course, army is fighting. We see some successes of Ukrainian armies, and still the most what Ukrainian army can do is to resist, to stay on their positions, and slight counter attacks, and just destroying the Russian soldiers which are coming, and equipment. But sometimes when you're sitting here, it seems like endless. They are coming and coming and coming. So please stay with us. Pray for us. We really need your prayers, and I really appreciate your messages, your personal messages, your comments. I'm not able to answer them all, but they are of great value. And my nephews, which are helping us to raise the money in the United States, they are forwarding me also the messages which are left on Fundly. I read them, and they really encourage us. So I'm thanking God that we can serve. And I pray you for your support and for your prayers, and continue praying for us.